Hi, Gabrielle here, walking day 80, my Journey to Life vlog, blog series. Today I'm walking the point of, the blog was called Day 80 Lost and Found. Within this point, I came up yesterday. I was fixing, one of my dad's was a GPS thing broke, and I had to call tech support from him and figure out what to do with it, where to send it. So it ended up being that I had to go into his office and, I think get numbers of the box or something to give to this guy in tech support. And so I was at his desk, and I was sitting in his desk, and I'm going to the farm in a few weeks, and I realized that I should check and make sure my passport's, in place, so I needed to travel out of the country. So I, looked where the passports were, and I saw all the other passports that are always there, but mine was missing. So immediately I go into memories and go into blame towards my mom, because I remember when I told her that I was going to the farm again, she kiddingly said that she was going to take my passport. She doesn't necessarily agree with Desteni, and she doesn't want me to go, so kiddingly she's like, I'm going to take your passport and hide it or whatever. So then I went into her at work and I asked her, does she have my passport? And she said she didn't really know, she couldn't remember, because she did take it the last time I went, because she's really in disagreement of me going there. So she took it, and then finally she gave it back to me. So it's kind of ridiculous, but so anyway, she couldn't remember, I guess, if she took it or not. She's getting it mixed up in her head. And so within myself I went to anger and blame and, diminish her in my mind, and went to the point, like, I accumulated so much, I went to the point where I, was talking to other people and blaming my mom and being adamant that, my mom took my passport and she's in the wrong. There's no way I misplaced it. I didn't even really consider that point. Just going straight to my mom. Eventually, in the end, towards the middle of the day, or like later in the day, we've kind of came to the conclusion that my mom didn't take it. I think my dad looked in the folder, whatever, and didn't ever see her come in and take it or whatever in his office. So we just came to the conclusion that she didn't take it. So then my next thought after we kind of canceled her out was I went straight to blame my ex-boyfriend, because we used to live together, and I was assuming that he took it, and then going to all sorts of thoughts of blaming him about him taking the passport, and never looking at myself to see who am I within this. Like, why am I going to all this sorts of blame towards everyone else around me, except looking at myself and trying to figure out where the heck did I put my passport when I came back. And I did have one place that I thought it might be, but while I was at my office I couldn't go and look in it because it was a place at my house. So I had to wait till the end of the day, and I just kind of let it sit all day, and then finally at night, after the accumulation of all this blame towards everyone else, I look in the folder where I thought it was, and it's sitting right there in the folder. So So it was right where I thought it was going to be. So, I did the self-forgiveness on blame and, projecting blame onto other people and, not taking responsibility for myself and who I'm being within my living. I mean, I didn't even look at myself. Well, I did, but I just wanted to get my energy and anger out onto other people and blame other people and just get a little energy rush. Because it really is like you get a little high off of it. And it's so enticing, the energy to, you want to just go into it. And if it's there a little bit, you just want to, keep going into it until it's all released. And, even if you don't have a point in fact, like me, assuming and blaming other people, just going on assumptions. I went and caused all sorts of abuse. My mom was upset all day, being rude to her. So it's really unacceptable to exist within this way. I mean, I'm committed to walking this process to change myself so I do not accept and allow myself to continue in this way, because I don't want to live in this way. I don't want to cause abuse to other people, and I don't want to be the cause of abuse to other people. I want to be able to live within and as myself in equality with everyone and be able to direct myself in a way that does not cause abuse to anyone, just physical solutions. And, it's possible within the tools being walked by destiny, self-honesty, self-forgiveness, and correction, self-correction. So, when these accumulations of energies and blames and, memories come up, the back chat, you have a point and a platform for yourself and stability to stop yourself from going into it. Use your breath, use practical reality, use physical things, go in to do something that's physical and realize who you are within the scope of what's here as a world, and not, just be in your little tiny bubble world, but realize that there's a whole world going on around us, and there's much more important and pertinent things that are important rather than, me getting my little energy high through releasing it through anger and blame towards other people when I don't even know the facts. And blame and anger shouldn't be acceptable anyways, because, I see within myself I'm doing the same thing. I'm blaming other people for, I was mad at my mom because she was uncertain and didn't know if she took it or not. But within myself, I didn't know where I put it. I had no idea where it was, and I assumed that I put it back in that folder, but of course I didn't. I had it in another folder in my house. So the realization here was to, realize that you can't go on assumptions, you can't go on thoughts or mind, pictures or ideas or beliefs, but, and stop going into the energy of blame and anger towards others, and, walk a physical path within, what you can assess within the consideration of everyone and yourself as well, and walk that to a solution. Walk the points that I may have thought I, go to the folder first and see if it's there before I go and blame another person, or I go and, assume that someone else did it. Check with myself, check what's here, and, stop going into energy and find solutions that are practical and consider everyone. So I just did self-forgiveness in this post, and tonight's blog was about the commitment statement, so I'll walk that tomorrow in my vlog. And thanks for listening tonight. Have a good night.